Sorry, someone's using my mouse real quick to record the class. Give me 1 second now. Hi, Kayla. Okay. So, Tracy, what's the address of your listing?
4287 Ridgegate.
Okay. 4287 Ridgegate
Drive.
Okay.
Pastry Corners.
Now let me ask you as well, how long has your listing been on the market? As of today, if you had to guess. 6 months?
Ish.
Okay, 180 days maybe? Okay. So what we're doing is, you can definitely use your listing when it's brand new, and that's what I would do, right? Like if your listing went live today because it's Thursday, as soon as it hits the FMLS and it processes, I'm going to do a command and campaign immediately. The other thing I'm going to show you is how to save a draft so that you can fill all the other information in and then come back later and just put the listing as it comes in the MLS, okay? So, Tracy, what would you say would be the goal in putting a listing into a paid command campaign?
Attract more listings.
Attract listings. Okay, so everybody sees the options. We can advertise the listing, right? Which, let's talk about that. If you've got a listing that's not getting the traction you want, that's not selling, right? That could be an option. Whereas if you've got a new listing, you know, maybe it's, okay, I know this is going to sell, but let's get more business out of it, right? That's how this class was born. Let's take one listing, use a paid command ad, and get 4 more to follow, okay? So then you've got advertise multiple listings. Understand that you can actually advertise more than one listing at a time, okay? You can partner with other agents if you want, or if you're on a team, your team can put all of the listings you have at once to drive traffic to it. What do you think the benefit would be to have multiple listings that you're showing versus just one listing? Interest? Yeah. If you're the consumer and you're scrolling through Facebook and something pops up for you and you see 6 houses versus 1 house, does that make you more likely to click on it or less likely to click on it?
More likely.
More likely to click on it. So understand that, let's say you've got 2 listings coming up and they're around the same time, you could put them together, right? You could also advertise one as, okay, this one's on the market, and now I've got a secondary image, which we'll show you, and I've created marketing on it that says coming soon, right? Now, by the same token, can we use this to advertise our under contracts and our just solds? Yeah, so this is not just when you have a listing and it's just hit the market. This is, you know, does anybody in here do direct mail to a farm? Do you mail out just listed postcards or anything like that? Right? This is today's way of doing that in addition to the mailing version. However, if I spend thousands of dollars mailing out a postcard and I spend $30 on a Facebook ad, would you say it's worth it to do a Facebook ad?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to keep moving forward. So advertise listing, attract listings, brand awareness. You know, maybe I just want to get my name out there, right? Attract buyers, advertise multiple listings, attract talent, event awareness, and other. Okay. Let's talk about, really quickly, attract talent, right? So who is using attract talent in a campaign?
I need to.
Case, tell us about that.
So obviously I want to attract great talent like all of you guys into Keller Williams Peachtree Road and the productivity coaching program. So I actually haven't finished mine yet.
Okay.
But what's great about it is the same way that you would be attracting buyers or attracting sellers to possibly work with you is the same way we as leadership could be doing that to bring people into the market center, which is a great way for you all as well to build your downline.
100%. So who likes to make money while they sleep? If you don't all raise your hand, I don't know what you're doing here, right? Okay. Right. I see 2 hands. Thanks, Jamie. So understand that we should all be working on growing our downline, right? Profit share is a business. That it really is. So what I want you to think about is, it's not just about your real estate business and the income, the active income that comes from that. It's also from profit share and the passive income that you can realize. So you might decide to put an ad in Facebook to attract talent, to help you build your downline. And then as you get leads, you're going to send them to us on the leadership team so that we can close them for you and bring them into the family, so long as they're a good fit. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. Same thing if you're doing a client event, whether you're an individual agent or a team. I want y'all to look at event awareness, because it is a great way to actually let people know that this is happening. And when they reach out, right, you either have the option of inviting them, or you can tell them how they go about getting an invitation, which is buying, selling, or investing in real estate with you and your team. Okay? So let's go. So Tracy, this is your campaign. Do you want to advertise your listing or attract listings?
Attract listings.
Okay. She was not wavering on that. Did you hear that?
No.
Okay. Attract listings. So let's keep going.
Because we don't know if this one's going to sell, maybe.
Now, because this is in my account, and I know that this is for y'all, I'm not putting a month or anything, because it's the only listing I'm doing that, right? But typically, I would probably put February campaign in there, or at this point, March campaign. Okay. Now, here's the thing: you can do Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. I'm going to tell you that Facebook and Instagram are probably your best bet. However, if you want to run on the Twitter platform, you can. Now, the same way your Facebook has to be connected, your Instagram has to be connected. Okay? I'm also going to suggest if you have a business Instagram, use that page. Okay? So today we're just going to do Facebook. We're going to make it super simple and easy. And I'm going to go to set up campaign. Any questions before I do that? Yes, Nina.
So I know we're in the paid ads.
Yes.
But I see in the social post, you can't post on the business Instagram from there. Because it didn't
In
show
the
that
paid
on
social?
Huh?
Are you in paid social? You have to be in paid social.
Okay.
Okay. Permission to move forward?
There's no Instagram options for social posting.
Yeah, it has to. This is
It's
only for paid today.
So it's only allowed, you
Yeah.
can't post from command to your Instagram as a social aspect.
Right.
It's only for a paid aspect.
Yes.
Okay.
So it has to be in your business account where you're able to do paid ads in Instagram. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to set up the campaign. And first things first, I'm just going to review my name and my goal. Okay, here's my name. I want to attract listings. I'm going to go ahead and say save name and goal. Now, on the right-hand side, you're going to see a preview of what the ad is going to look like as you build it out, okay? So this might have, this might have your name, your team name, whatever it is. Don't worry about it as you're going, right? You want to see it as a final finished product. Okay, so see where it says add a listing? I'm going to click add a listing. Now, sidebar, if for some reason, all over here, if for some reason you're doing an ad around your consumer app, Keller Mortgage, profit share, whatever it is, anything but a listing, you do not have to tie a listing to it, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and leave the listing part of it blank. It should not get in the way of you completing your campaign. Everybody here? Okay, great. So now what I'm gonna do is on the right-hand side, does everybody see where it says only my listings? Yes? I'm going to click on only my listings, and I'm going to go to all listings. This is going to populate everything on the MLS. So now we're going to take the address. Okay, so property address, MLS number, listing agent. You can do it however you want. I tend to like property address.
So,
Yeah.
if you're doing multiple listings,
Yes.
and just say one condo complex, you would put on advertise multiple listings versus attract buyers. Is that correct?
I would.
Okay. All right.
Because I want to be able to highlight many of them,
Right.
right?
And attracting buyers wouldn't.
Right, and here's the thing. Ultimately, chances are we all wanted to click 4 or 5 of those things, right? Yeah, I want to attract buyers, I want to attract sellers, I want to advertise my listing, but I would say go with the thing that is your main goal, because that's that's the best way to get it out to the desired audience that you want. Yeah. Okay. So the address is 4287 Ridgegate Drive, is that correct? Now it should actually start to auto-populate, which it's not doing. But then I click search. Here we go. Okay. So now I'm gonna find, let's see, what do I want here?
Top left.
Yes. Okay. So interestingly enough, I can see that this house has been on the market more than once. Yes? Do y'all see that? So it took me a beat because I wanted to make sure I had the right listing. Make sure you do the same. So I can see here that this listing was listed on January 11th, 2020 versus October 6th, 2019. And I want to promote the current listing. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that one. Select. And now it's actually going to choose a photo for me, right? Which is awesome. What I will tell you too is that you can actually customize the photo that you want to use. And give me 1 sec here. This is going to be, I want to open this up. Okay, so that's the first photo it's going to use. Now, what I want to show you is it is automatically going to put your Peachtree Road logo down here, okay? If you take this logo out, you have to put another logo back in for Peachtree Road. If you take the logo out and you do not replace it, it's not going to let you run your campaign. So if I move forward, and I'm going to skip over this add text for a minute, and I'm going to come to add media, okay? Now let's say you want to add more photos. Did y'all see that it pulled all of their listing photos up? So it is directly tied to the MLS, okay? If for some reason you're doing a coming soon and it doesn't populate for you, you can always come up here to add images. You can even add a video. What I will tell you is that the video size is pretty particular, so it just may take a few tries for the video that you use. But let's go back to choose from listing, okay? Now, I'm gonna say that I want to use, well, Tracy, Jill, you tell me, what additional photos would you like to show in this? And I would say maybe choose 3 more.
Tracy, you could wait.
The second one at the top that shows, yeah, that one.
Okay.
Flip the bottom.
I don't know, let somebody on the front row maybe pick what they think is.
Who else? What's another photo we
I hear it's hard
want
to tell.
Yeah, it is.
They're all so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
How about a photo of the living room, maybe?
Yeah, with the big windows, that'd be nice.
Okay.
And then one of the kitchen.
Kitchen? Okay.
I think they've got a Viking stove, so maybe if you could show one that has, yeah, like that shows the red knobs.
Okay.
And the bathroom's critical too, right there.
I'm gonna have to come back in and add them all. This one's just this one. So it's just letting me do one image at a time. So I'm gonna preview and crop image. Now here's the thing I'll tell you, y'all. Please listen. The way that you show the photo is actually really important. Okay, so your best placement is actually going to be the vertical or the square. Okay. Note that if you were doing social, it's actually going to show you that a full portrait is going to be good for stories. We can, however, use a wide. And I'm thinking a wide shot for that. What do you think? Yes? I'm going to save image, and I'm going to add another one here. So bear with me. I'm going to add a few more photos. Okay. And you wanted a kitchen one, right? Let's do that. Okay. How do we feel about those photos? Good? Yes? Okay. So now everyone says DBA logo, so you're doing business as logo. It's going to automatically put this logo in for you, or the one that you already have. At one point or another, I changed mine to the black logo, but you may have just the white and red logo, okay? We're going to go ahead and save add media. Any questions on that? No? Okay, perfect. So we're going to come back up. Now we've got the name and the goal, we've tied it to the listing, we've finished with our photos, and we're going to go to add text, okay? Now, y'all can see it automatically pulled in a description from the MLS, right? Here's the thing. Don't be lazy about it. It's going to be really easy to say, oh, look, it's already got a description. 9 times out of 10, it's probably not the best description, okay? The other thing that I would suggest, so let's see, beautifully updated, inviting home in River State's neighborhood. brick, level lot, 3-car garage, and da. Okay. Let's create a new description. First thing I'm going to do, and I know this sounds silly, but you would be surprised at how this helps people. I'm actually going to go find myself a little house emoji. Okay. Let's come up with a description together. I know we don't know the house well, but Tracy, Jill, give us some keywords about the house that we can help you create a description.
Over an acre.
Okay.
5 bedrooms, 5 baths,
Okay.
right? Master on the main.
Sell us on your house.
Master on the main, 3-car garage, 4 sides brick.
Okay. What are your, give me like 2 or 3 main points, right? So beautiful.
Beautiful backyard, over an acre, fenced in.
So beautiful home. Let's build it out.
Located on over 1 acre in desirable Riverview Estates.
Okay. What else?
Updated kitchen with
I said updated everything. It's like updated kitchen with designer appliances or chef appliances.
When everything's updated, do you mean bathrooms, everything? Yeah? What else? Come on, we're building it out. Anybody else we're just building out a
What
description
is
here.
it? Master on the main, hardwood floors, 3-car garage. What more could you want?
Oh, I love that. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Because here's the thing, guys. This is where I think a lot of people are gonna get stuck, right? All I'm gonna tell you is don't overcomplicate it. Simplify your life and just make it 2, maybe 3 sentences tops, okay? So full update, master on main. What were the floors?
Hardwood floors, 3-car garage. Did we say updated everything? Is that what you said?
3-car garage and more.
What more could you want? I like that one.
Okay? And then I'm going to say something like, check it out, and I'm going to come down to my little emojis, and I'm going to find my hands, and put a couple of those guys in. Okay? Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be prim and proper, doesn't have to be any of that. What it should be is that when I look over on the right hand side, okay, what do I see?
A hand.
A single hand, okay, what else?
Dots.
Okay.
Check it out.
Don't want the dots. Don't want the rest of your message cut out. We gotta shorten it, right? See, if you try and get poetic about it and write a novel about your house, nobody's gonna see it. So we need something quick, we need something catchy, and a tagline like "What more could you want?" is great. Okay? So let's go ahead and maybe I can just say just seeing if I can shorten it a little bit.
You could probably take out located and just shorten
Yeah.
it. Just say beautiful home on over 1 acre.
Love it. In which case I'm putting back another hand. Okay? And then let's go back and we'll throw in another house just for good measure. Okay. For those of you who send out emails, right, when you've got a buyer need or it just listed, do y'all include emojis in your subject line?
Yes.
Subject line?
Subject line. I see a whole lot of people doing this, and I see a whole lot of people like, yeah, duh, of course I do. Okay? Who wants to tell me why they put it in their subject line?
I would say why I don't put it,
Okay, tell me.
because it can go to spam.
It can go to spam. Okay. Faith?
Anything in all caps and that too.
Yeah. We can avoid all caps. Case, why do you put it in there?
I put it in there because it grabs attention.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you, people are more likely to open your email when you throw in a little emoji, right? Because all they're seeing, especially as agents, is a flood of emails. Buyer need, just listed, open house. We get it, okay? I get it. You probably get what, 20, 30, 40 of those a day, a week, something like that. Throw in a couple emoji, but a catchy little tagline. This is the exact same. Okay, so let's move forward. Now, here's the thing. You saw where this box populated here, okay? Now we're gonna do a headline. Okay, they've given you an example of need to move, right? Who needs to move, okay? Now, you could actually go in here and say, what more could you want, right? Or you could say once in a lifetime deal, or price that can't be beat, okay? Tracy, Jill, what applies to your listing? What can we use?
Access the Chattahoochee River from the neighborhood.
Okay, give me something catchier on it. Chattahoochee.
See, that's just it. It's like the neighborhood is what sells the homes in this house, in this neighborhood. So it really is the neighborhood.
It is the neighborhood.
It's the neighborhood. I mean,
Okay.
it is, people want to be there. You know, you're close to
Was it
everything.
close to, well, that's
You're
where I was
close to
going, close
Peachtree
to
Corners,
what?
the
Because I don't
farm.
know
You're close-
Riverview
you're-
Estates necessarily, but I know
Right, you're close to the
the
Chattahoochee
forum
River.
or
you're close
the,
to
you know,
Chattahoochee
like,
Forum, the Atlanta Athletic Club. I mean,
yeah.
Okay,
that's
we
what I've
could even
seen
put
is-
close to Chattahoochee River. Again, don't overthink
Yes.
it. I don't want to spend too long doing this, okay? So if I scroll down, I'm going to show you. Where's this? Hold on, the screen's being. There we go. Hold on one sec. Now, I just wanted to see if this would populate differently. I've got Facebook preview on a mobile, Facebook preview on a web, so if you're on your computer versus on your phone. This one's being a little funny, so bear with me, because typically that headline is going to show up right down at the bottom.
Just
Okay.
drag it over one time, you'll see it.
Oh,
I was
thank
just
you.
looking for it, but I typed
Thank
it.
you. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. So you see how every time they click on a photo, it's going to give a headline? Okay. Let's say this is our main photo, right? So if you want a description, you could put something underneath and it'll go right below close to Chattahoochee River. And I'm just going to say, what more could you want? You need to see this home today. Okay? Let's leave that for now. I'm going to save add text. And so this is what it's going to look like. Okay? Here's my Keller Williams. Now this is going to show up as your team name when you do it. Here's your description. Here's the floating images that they're going to see. And then there's going to be the headline and one little more description below. Yes? Anybody have questions? Okay, great. Now we're going to come into Facebook ad. Okay? This is why I asked if you had connected your account. So here's my personal Facebook account. Okay? If you're on a team, you may have a team Facebook account that you use that's linked to a team page, or you can use your individual. And now I'm going to come and locate the page that I'm on. Some of you may have several pages. If you have several pages that you are an administrator on, all of those pages will populate, so make sure you pick the correct page. So I'm going to pick Keller Williams Peachtree Road.
You pick multiple pages, so it runs on multiple
Just one.
pages at once.
Yeah. It's a good question. And so now, as you can see, this changed up here, yes? So I just want you to imagine that that's your branding, your logo, but that's also why it's important that your page is set up accordingly with the logo of your team and your team name, or however you want to do that. Now, here's the thing, okay? Facebook does have a way of doing lead gen for you. You can, if you have set up, has anyone here set up their website through command? Okay, I see a whole lot of this again. Yeah? Do me a favor. Chris, how long do you think it takes for someone to go in and create their website, their landing page in command?
No, it's very short, so yeah, doesn't take that long.
Once we finish this, if you haven't done that, please do that. Okay, I'm going to show you why as well. The other thing is, if you've got your listing has its own link, right, where you can direct traffic to it, you can use that. You can use the contact us page on your website. Really, you can use a landing page that you create in command. However you want to drive traffic, okay, that's what you're going to use. So for example, on the bottom of my ad, y'all see where it says learn more? Yes? Okay. So if I scroll up, I can actually change. We can do sign up, contact us, apply now. I'm gonna go with contact us, okay? I want a call to action in there, and I want them to actually reach out. Now, ladies, do you have a specific website for this listing or no? Okay.
I mean, we do have the command website. I mean, we have the one that we set up. We have our website.
Do you have a landing page for it?
No, we don't have like 4287bridgegate.com.
Got it. Okay.
No,
We don't-
we
If
do
you
not
have that, this is actually where you would put it in, okay? By the same token, if you've got a landing page maybe that you started using in MailChimp that you use to drive people to get their information, you can put that in there. You can pretty much direct people anywhere you want them to go in this box alone. If you don't have anything to do or anywhere to go and you've set up your commands website, you're going to click choose site, and it's actually going to give you all the different pages, like a sub page on your page where you can direct them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and direct them to the contact us. Now understand this is coming on my page, so any lead I get, I'm going to pass on to them, right? You're listing your lead. So in doing that, okay, for those of you who have questions on what that looks like, they're going to come in and they're going to write an inquiry about it, right? It's going to capture their information, and then what happens is that information is going to automatically become a contact in my command system. Yeah? I'm going to tell you this, anything you do in command all leads back to the contacts in command. Okay? If you've got the consumer app, you send that out to your clients and you want to know that they're using it, they have to be a contact in command, and then you can actually see, did they log in, how recently did they log in, and what their search history is like. If you don't have your clients in command, I'm going to tell you to get them in immediately or you will have already missed the party. Yes?
Do you have the import, export option? Because I have boom
Into
time.
command?
Yes, I have boom time. I want to know, can
Yes. Can I ask you a favor?
I actually
Will you write that down? Yep, and then I'll help you with that afterwards. Thank you.
that'd be phenomenal.
Yeah, his question was, is there an import-export feature into command? The answer is yes, and we can just definitely discuss that afterwards. It's a great question. Okay, so that's what that page looks like. That's where I'm directing people. Note that there is an email and my phone number on there. So if they just want to reach out to me directly, they can. Okay, they don't have to go and put this information in. Now I'm going to go back to my campaigns. Okay. Add targeting. Okay, see how it's already put a location of Peachtree Corners, 20-mile radius? Again, don't be lazy. Okay, I want you to actually go in and say use custom settings. You click on it, it's going to open this up. Now here's what I'm going to tell you. You can target both your database, which is totally useless if nobody's in there, just a heads up, and target a custom audience. Now in this case, for my listing, I'm going to target a custom audience. If you want to know more about it, there's all these little, does everybody see there's all these little eye circles? As you go through, if you've got questions, they've got all these little bits of information to help us out. It's like command for dummies. Yes?
When it says target custom audience or target database, I mean.
Yes.
That means that if I have their Facebook link, like if I have their Facebook tied into their contact, it'll pop up for them.
Yes.
Yes. So,
Yes.
so the
That's
person who created all this for the Rawls Group uses the analogy that his friends all says, "Man, you're all over Facebook."
Yeah.
And he's like,
That is
"Not really. I'm just on your Facebook because I keep targeting you." You don't
Instead
even
of
know."
target, because that's
And
not
they
something
don't know
that's
it.
offered, I don't think, like independently so far.
Well, Cara, my sphere is 80% of my business. Great, right? You can actually create a curated list for those people so that it hits their Facebook specifically.
But you gotta add their.
Yeah, so
Facebook
it's a
okay.
little bit deeper than what we'll do today, but if I go to target my database, it's going to ask you to create a new audience. It's an entirely different list. It's sort of a subgroup, but you can actually target them.
Yeah. So like if you have your Facebook, one of the things we learned early on in Facebook was to group your database inside. So if you have like your kids' school friends, and then your work friends, and then your family, those are all groups that you can target specifically. You can do it with this. If you had your Facebook set up that way.
You can create lists. And so when you're on each friend's account, you can add them to a friend list. Right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, if you've got questions about that, we'll do that afterwards. All right, moving on. So we're going to take target my database out. We're going to target a custom audience. I'm going to go ahead and do Peachtree Corners because that's where it is. I'm going to keep it at 20 miles, right? Again, understanding that we're not just putting it out there to advertise the property, we want to bring in other listings. So I'm going to keep it at 20 miles. If you want to get more specific, you can. I probably wouldn't go further out unless you're cool driving, maybe an hour, okay? Now, this is really interesting, okay? Expert targeting for Facebook ads. This has been a little bit of a hit and miss for me, so if you've done a campaign and you've had keywords that have worked, please let me know. Let's say, for example, we were doing a Keller Mortgage ad, okay? And there's collateral, and I can send it to you for Keller Mortgage. So you're going to want to attract buyers. You're going to do a Keller Mortgage ad instead of a listing. I might come into my keywords here, and I'm going to type in mortgage and see what pops up. Okay, so then I probably would have clicked mortgage loans, anything connected to mortgage, I'm going to do that. Okay. Yes.
I think so. For like Chattahoochee, you could connect to hobbies and interests like hiking or active exercise, anything outdoors.
Yes.
That type of thing.
Okay, so you want to do that?
No, I was just.
You can do multiple ones, right?
Yeah, multiples.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want you to know that if you're not doing a listing because you don't currently have listings, it doesn't mean the campaign is not for you. It doesn't matter what your campaign is, there are keywords and tags that you can use, okay? So let's say, for example, we're going to come back to the listing, okay? And I might, for example, put in Zillow, right? I want anybody that's looking for a Zillow lead in some way, shape, or form, or a house on Zillow, or a Zestimate, or anything like that. I'm going to go ahead and click on Zillow, right? Shoot, why not? Premier Agent Zillow and Trulia. Maybe someone is looking for a specific agent, okay? Then I might generically write in real estate. And let's see what pops up. So do any of these look like they might be interesting?
Does it cost more the more you click on all these? No.
What it does, it widens your audience. So let's say I was going to go to real estate investing, okay? Because that could bring me business. As I hover over it, it'll show you the audience size. Right? Now don't worry about the description because it says the same thing on everybody, so really it's irrelevant, right? People who have expressed an interest or like pages related to real estate development. It says the same thing every time, just whatever it is you clicked. But what it does do is it shows you your audience size. So again, you can make it hyper-focused or you can make it target a larger audience. What I will say in the beginning is I would target a larger audience, and Chris, you tell me if you think differently, just because I want to see that I can get as many impressions and potential leads as possible. Yeah, I see you nodding your head. Okay. So what I might do is real estate entrepreneur, real estate development, investing. Okay. What are some other keywords that come to mind?
Realtor.com.
Realtor.com. Thanks, Aaron. Lo and behold, there it is. What are some other ones we want to try? Let's see if anything pops up here.
We try Redfin.
Yep. Did anything pop up on Redfin?
No.
Nope. Okay. How about if I try Trulia? Trulia. Again, this is sort of a kind of go in and play and type in your keywords, okay? Let's say I want a first-time home buyer. Let's just type in home buyer and see if anything pops up. First-time home buyer grant. Yeah, that's okay. Now, what I will tell you as well is that if you're not logged in on Facebook to KW Command and all of the groups surrounding it, and I'm happy to share those afterwards, you are missing out. Because there are agents who have already gone in, already created the campaigns, and they're putting all of their tags in there, okay? So don't worry about reinventing the wheel. Go look and see their results and ask the keywords if it doesn't say it. What did you use? How did you get that kind of business, okay? So let's start with that, unless anybody wants to add another tag. Okay. So now you can see Peachtree Corners within 20-mile radius, and these are the additional targeted interests that we've gotten there. I'm going to go ahead and save Facebook ad. Okay?
Alright, question, is it 20 miles from here or 20 miles from the listing?
20 miles from Peachtree Corners. Yeah.
I thought you said off.
And Peachtree Corners. Okay, now, see every time there's this little green check, right? That means that it's been saved and it's all good. What I will tell you is the very last one always shows up as green, duration and budget. It's one of those ones that's automatically green check marked. Don't overlook it or it's going to default your account to $10 or 10 days for $30, okay? What I will tell you is that I have tried everything from $5 to $20. $20 will do the trick. I've been hearing more and more that $30 is that magic number. But if you are concerned, I wouldn't do $5. I would probably do anywhere between $10 and $20. And I would do it for no less than 10 days, right? Thankfully, we have people at KWRI in our international office that have been working through this, and their best results have come from a 10-day window, okay? If you do it less than that, it doesn't get the impressions that it needs. If you do it more, right, it doesn't stay as fresh, and it actually might not hit the audience you want it to hit. So 10 days is optimal. So we're actually going to turn this down, and I'm going to make this $20 daily per channel, right? So this is going on Facebook. It's going to run for 10 days, $2 a day. It's going to cost $20. And I'm going to save duration and budget. So now we can see my little green check mark. And if you're, high C and you're like, I just want to make sure it's all right, you click on everything, make sure it looks how you want it to look. Here's your ad media, Facebook ad, right? Your targeted audience, and then your budget. Now, I'm going to come back up here because I want to see if this gives me this option. Okay, let's say you are not doing a listing, or you're doing a listing and you're not using any photos from the MLS. Maybe you've created a flyer, okay? Or you want to promote an open house coming up in a very hyper-local market, okay? Facebook has something called the Facebook Ads Text Overlay Checker. A whole lot of words, okay? It's basically this. When you're putting an image in, what I will tell you from experience is that Facebook is super particular about the image that you use. So as a general rule of thumb, I would have very, very little text in your image, okay? So let's say, for example, I have an open house flyer. What are some of the things that go in an open house flyer?
The date, the bedroom, the bath, the
Date,
dress.
bed, bath, bio, right? It's got your photo and then all of your information. That's a whole lot of text. So what you do, and I suggest this for all of your listings where you are uploading photos, you're actually going to click on the Facebook Ads Text Overlay Checker, and you'll see it says, use this tool from Facebook Ads to determine how much text is in your ad image. If the proportion of text to image is too high, your ad may not reach its full audience. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to prompt, just going to let you know we're in Dory's Facebook account. Okay, so, sorry Dory. I thought I was going to have to log in. Okay, so everybody sees where it says image text check. Okay, you're going to upload a photo, right? So, let's see if I've got one handy. Give me 1 sec. And if you guys have any questions as we've gone, make sure you write them down. Now, let me ask you, and I'll take it from here actually. How many of you use the Michael Lewis marketing suite that you were given when you first joined Peachtree Road? Wow, more people than I thought. Okay, did you know that there's a Keller Williams Keller Mortgage piece of collateral in there? Anybody know that? Okay. I'm going to tell you there's a whole lot in there, especially if you want to build a software. It's awesome. So this is Michael Lewis. Okay, this is the main website when you log in. So I've already logged in. I'm going to go to flyers. Yes? Okay. I just need to make sure you guys are still awake. Okay, I'm going to click on flyers. It's doing a little thinking. And now on the top, right, you're going to see where it says Keller Mortgage. I've hovered over it with the mouse. If I click on Keller Mortgage, it's going to pop up as this flyer. Yay, here's the flyer. Okay, I'm going to continue to edit it. Don't worry about making the back of your flyer. You don't need it. I will tell you, by the way, including the flyer and the campaign, all in all, you can do the whole thing in 5 minutes. It's that simple.
Come on.
Swear. I did this last night just as a test. Okay. So now this is the flyer. Woo, that's little.
Very.
Now you'll see the content is already created. Here's my phone number, and here's my information at the bottom. Okay, Michael Lewis, you can go into each box and you can edit it. Let's make life really simple. And let's say I want to use this entire flyer. So I'm going to go ahead to view proof and continue on the top right hand side. What I love about Michael Lewis is that you can actually download your proofs for free, so you don't have to pay for them, okay? So the work was already done. How long did it take me to create that flyer? 2 seconds. And here it is. Ta-da! Okay, I'm going to download the unlocked proof. It's currently downloading. Give it 1 sec. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my overlay tool in Facebook. I'm going to upload it. I will tell you right now it's going to give me an issue. So hold on 1 second. Who can tell me the difference between a PDF file and a PNG file?
The resolution on the PNG is better.
The resolution on the PNG is better. Okay, what file do you think is going to be asking you for?
PNG.
PNG.
It's a photo.
It's a photo. So here's the thing. If you are doing your best to upload and it's just telling you that it won't accept the format of your file, just know that it has to be in a PNG format. Y'all with me? Some of you are with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's see if I have this here. I think I used to. Okay. Give me 1 second. Where is that? Okay, I'm going to pull this up in a minute because it's not here. But basically what's going to happen is I'm going to upload the PNG into the tool, and it's going to tell me the run rate. So on the right hand side, it's going to tell you, is the image text okay? No problem, your ad's going to run normally. Is it low? Might be slow. The result might be slightly lower, medium, or high. I'm going to tell you right now, if your image comes up as medium or high, you need a new image. Don't mess with it. It's not going to go through. And I will tell you that I ran an ad, and it literally, 4 days went by, 5 days went by, nothing. And it was because I didn't put it in this overlay tool. So if you're not using direct photos from a listing, run it through this. Does everyone remember how we got to this? No? Okay, I'm going to show you one more time. So when I went to media, add images, are you with me there? Okay. On the bottom, so it does have best practices, it'll show you. If you forget, it says recommended file type, JPEG or PNG. Okay? And look, it gives you a little bit of what you need to know about the best formats for your photos. But the Facebook ads text overlay checker is going to take you to this site. Now you do have to be logged into your Facebook to be able to do that. And no, doors will not remain open after glass. Okay, so once you've done that and added in your image, you'll be good to go. Okay, in this case, we're using all photos from the listing, so it doesn't matter because I know those are going to run through. So, yeah.
Videos, same price and stuff.
Yeah, videos is pretty much the same, but I'll tell you that the length of the video is really important and the resolution of the video is important. So that's where it may take a couple tries going back and forth. Now, let's just say, oh crap, I didn't realize my first time around this is going to take me a little bit longer than planned. I need to run out the door. You can actually go in and save your campaign as a draft. Yes. And then it's going to pop up sort of in queue. Oh, now you're giving me an issue. So, let's see if it's going to let me publish it. Okay. Normally when you save as a draft, by the way, if there's no issue with it, it's just going to let you save as a draft. If you go to publish it and a little red box pops up, which it may, it does mean that something in there is not working. And it doesn't always tell you what it is. I'll let you know that's kind of where we're at with campaigns. It doesn't always say this is the issue, this is not the issue. Yeah, but you can usually narrow it down, and then otherwise, KW support, there's actually a chat in there where you can go and ask them and they'll help you with it. Okay. See that? Do me a favor, if you get something like that, you're gonna take a photo of it. Okay? I want you to actually write what it is, and you can either send it to me or Chris, I'm gonna volunteer you, send it to Chris. You can also get in chat with the support group, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go run through everything one more time and make sure everything is good. If I miss something, you'll tell me, okay? So we're good here. And this happens, right? This totally happens. Duration, budget. What I will say too is notice that it's set to start tomorrow for 10 days. So if you don't want it to run for a little bit, you can set it ahead of time. I have a feeling it's probably in here. One more time and see what popped up. Social accounts. Where is... Appreciate your patience, guys. This is literally what happens. We have to figure it out.
I had the same thing pop up.
Did you? Okay. And it could be, honestly, that they're troubleshooting right now because I ran 2 last night and had no issue. It was just like this. What I'm thinking is I'm going to log into my account and actually see if that would help. Because I wonder if me being logged into my Facebook will make any difference. And I don't know that it will truly. I'm figuring it out with you guys as we speak. But that might help. Let's see. Publish it. So hopefully it's going to go through. But the same thing, you can actually do it as a saved draft. And then I'll show you, you can go in and you can edit your campaign. So you can go back to it a week later, a day later, an hour later, it doesn't matter. Yes?
Does Facebook have to approve this like a certain amount of time?
So,
instant?
Yes,
Okay.
Great question, okay? Does anybody in here like things to happen immediately, like me? I'm a high D and I like things super urgently. Guess what? When you go ahead and put your campaign in, I would give it at least 24 hours to start running. You'll note that the soonest that campaign can begin is tomorrow. And it didn't matter if I did it at 9 a.m. or if I did it at 1 p.m. The soonest it's starting is tomorrow, okay? Also understand that if for some reason it jams and nothing happens for two days, that's when you go to support and you're going to ask them about it, because within 2 days it should be running. I will say that it's typically first thing, like I literally put a campaign last night and I did it for Keller Mortgage, and I used the exact flyer that I showed you, and I actually chopped off the bottom piece of it so that my name and information wasn't on there, and I rerouted them to my website that I created in Command to my wait, that one different. Okay. As this, sorry, this one's having a hard time, guys. Who has Kelly on their phone? Yeah? If you open Kelly and you go into Command, as long as you have taken the Keller Mortgage quiz and watched the videos and you're qualified to use Keller Mortgage, which it's really easy to do. All you have to do is literally watch a video and answer a few questions. You can actually go in and get your personalized link to share Keller Mortgage. And that is the link that I use to tie to my Keller Mortgage app. I got an email first thing this morning. It was like 8 a.m. saying, can you help me buy? I literally got a random email that popped up and it came from that. So just understand that these go out immediately and they hit instantly. So y'all saw I actually went and logged into Facebook and it worked. And I actually did it not once but twice afterwards, okay? But now you see where it's in queue and it says pending review. starts tomorrow. Okay? So understand that you can always come back. When it says draft, it'll be in purple. And then you can come in and one of your options is going to say edit campaign. You can also duplicate it if it's something that worked for you and then change it. These are the ones I have active. These are the ones that are completed. Okay? So back at the end of last year, I ran a campaign around our business planning clinic because I wanted to attract agents who were looking to make 6 figures or more, right? And I wanted them to come in so they could learn the models, the systems, and the tools. So I actually did it as a test. I ran it for $5 in 4 days, and I got 140 impressions, 16 clicks, 2 leads, okay? Both of those people came to the business planning clinic, right? Because I called them afterwards. So when you get leads, it's all well and good, right? And you can come back into your contacts. Now what I will tell you is when you get a lead, okay, they're actually going to show up in your contacts, in your database, and there's going to be a little L with a circle around it next to the name. So if I go to leads only on the top, see, everybody see that? And apply. Here are all my leads. Okay. So I can actually click on Angie Simmons Reed. She showed up as a lead, and I can actually see that she came in as a lead from my Facebook ad. I created a note, I set an appointment, and here's the information for her. Okay? What you can do is go through and put all of this information for whomever it is that you need, right? Now, it's connected to everything, but it is going to be connected to your campaigns as well. So if you're saying, well, I don't know which campaign they came from, it is actually going to tell you which campaign, and it's going to show that they came in as a lead. Yes? Any questions?
Is there, this is a silly question, is there a way to, besides on here to check it, is there a way to see it live on Facebook, the actual ad? Because it's not going to come to your Facebook page.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to end up on yours. I had one person tell me that they saw it come from Keller Williams, but I think unless you're also targeting your database, it might be, chances are you're not going to see it.
You have to trust it.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
But that's where the back end of it, so as you're having an active campaign, let me just, there we go. Okay.
That's a lot of hair.
Yeah, it's because I've been in and out of Facebook groups, and so now it thinks that I'm connected to all these different accounts. But basically, give it 1 sec, y'all. It's having a hard time, but you can actually go into any campaign that's live and you can click on it and it'll show you the details of it. So it'll show you the impressions, it'll show you the cost per lead. You know, at Family Reunion, they talked about the cost per lead being, I think, around $2.60. I will tell you that I've been getting leads as low as $80 or 80 cents a lead. So again, I think it's going to depend on your tags and the market and then what it is you're actually putting out there. But let me just put it this way. If you spent $20 on a campaign and you got 1 lead that took you to a closing, would that be worthwhile? At the bare minimum, y'all, put them in here. Now, what I will tell you is if you run multiple campaigns for the same reason, right, you're only diluting your brand. Right? So if you ran multiples around a listing, I don't think you're going to get the result that you want. But if you had multiple campaigns, one is to attract talent, one is around a listing, one is for buyers, one's for your consumer app, right? It's going to be a lot better and the results will be better. But I don't want you to dilute your brand by putting the same thing out at the same time. Yeah? Okay, is this helpful?
Absolutely.
Again, I think we just assume it's really big and we kind of have to dumb it down and just what's like the simplest, easiest way to do it. If you get a red box, right, don't panic. There's a fix for it. We just have to figure out what the fix is. Okay? If you're trying to do this on a Tuesday, good luck, because all the tech updates happen for the most part on Tuesdays. Just understand, have a little patience and come back to it. Any questions? Yes.
It's my understanding that when a lead comes through on a paid ad, that
Yes.
it'll also go to your Kelly.
Yes.
So, because what I've seen on some of the Facebook commands is that if you can call them within the first 5 minutes of it coming through Kelly, your capture rate is a lot higher. So,
yes, you are correct.
For me, right now, we're sort of in a holding pattern because we want to have that follow-up set to put them on the smart plan and, you know.
So what I'm hearing, Erin, is that y'all want to wait until you've got a system in place before you generate the leads per se?
Well, we just found out that, because any lead that comes through comes to me, but I'm under Kelly Chansey as the rainmaker.
You can route your leads.
Now you can route leads. That was the issue before, is she'd have to send it to me, and so by the time I got it from her, because she's a busy person.
You can use the lead router. What I would say though is, you know, it's kind of like what we tell all of you when you come into the business. You can either sit and try to make your systems perfect and have everything ready, or you can just go get the business.
Yeah.
Right? Throw it up there. Just go get it. Right? Deal with the leads as they come in because it's a steady flow. You know, you're not likely to get 100 leads your first day, but you're going to get them over time, and then worry about what you're going to do with them. The main thing, and we're told this every day, right? The fortune's in the follow-up. If you get a lead and you don't follow up, right? Do you really want to sell that listing? Do you really want to find another buyer? So put it in there, but then go back into your database every single day and check your leads, go in the notes, make actual notes about them. If you use your Kelly app because you're not really at your computer, you can actually go in and same thing, you can classify it by leads. You should also get a notification in your Kelly app. So when you first open it, on the top right hand side, it'll usually have a little mark for you letting you know you've got notifications, and that's where it's going to be. So we're going to take the next like 20-ish minutes. What time is it? Yeah, we're going to take the next 20 minutes to help y'all build some campaigns if you haven't done it yet. If you've got questions as well, please feel free to let myself know or Chris know. And if you are leaving, then I appreciate you coming in. If you have any other questions, let me know. My office is literally just down the hall.
I got a question.
Yes. Yes, tell me again, what was your question?
So I got phone.
So you can actually export it. You're going to export it. Now, Command has a tool